A remote mountainous district in Nepal is quickly becoming one of the country's biggest aloe hubs. Aloe is a natural fabric made from the stinging nettle plant that grows in abundance at high altitudes across the Himalayas. Now, more than 200 local producers and entrepreneurs are learning new ways to process the fiber, which was traditionally used to make rope, into high-quality garments. New designs and technologies that have improved product quality, as well as partnership with social enterprise Sabha Nepal, are helping local women in Darchula district get access to larger markets in Kathmandu and beyond. More than 25 women entrepreneurs have started their own businesses with improved skills in knitting, weaving, and stitching, and they're now producing new aloe product lines. This is not only increasing the money these women take home to their families, but also improving their leadership and communication skills. This project is just one part of the larger transboundary Kailash Sacred Landscape Conservation and Development Initiative, which draws together efforts from China, India, and Nepal to sustainably develop the globally significant hub of culture and natural heritage.
Transboundary landscape is a vision of ICIMOD to work in the Hindu Kush Himalayan region to bring countries together in a given landscape to cooperate very much on issues which are of transboundary nature. Kailash is a perfect example where three countries, China, India and Nepal, have come together. The biggest value of transboundary related work on the transboundariness is to address the big challenges that the region is facing. It's not one country problem. It's the country joint problem of many countries which is actually sharing that landscape. So the value is to work together and address the issue together.
Nestled in a remote western corner of the Tibetan Plateau are Mount Kailash and Lake Mansarovar, centers of devotion for millions of Buddhists, Bonpos, Jains, and Hindus. Cultural, religious, and economic linkages intricately connect the Tibet Autonomous Region of China, where these sites are located, with bordering areas in the Indian state of Uttarakhand and districts in far western Nepal. In 2010, a zone called the Kailash Sacred Landscape was outlined across the three countries to promote transboundary cooperation in the region.
When we started with the Kailash Sacred Conservation Development Initiative way back in 2012, at that time there were three ways we thought we can impact and get impacts through this project. One was through policy, other one was through practice, and the third one was through science. But we definitely were of the opinion that Kailash Sacred Landscape needs to make impact on the ground, where two important subjects, one was livelihoods and ecosystem services, were the key entry points for us. And so we decided that we will focus on livelihoods because that takes us to people. Because every institution in the field, every work we are doing in the field is really linked to the people. And believe me, these people are the remotest people living from Kathmandu or from Dehradun in the Kailash landscape, and often very poor people.
In the initiative's first phase, it has enhanced livelihoods, ecosystem conservation, and regional cooperation through a range of activities with partners in the three countries. And over the last 2 years, the initiative has been working with local entrepreneurs and partners in the private sector to improve value chains of local and readily available resources.
We are very much concerned about the sustainable management of the raw materials. And we are also very much concerned about how we can promote the business by quality control, technology transfer. So in that chain, value chain, we are involving private sector because they are the expert in business, and the government is involved for monitoring so that the raw material supply can be sustainably managed and ensure that we are not over harvesting.
Building relationships with the private sector has helped link rural producers with markets, improved market security, and created new income opportunities for people living in the landscape. In the harsh terrain of Tibet Autonomous Region of China, tourism has emerged as a potential source of income for local communities. yak herders, cooks, and other locals indirectly involved in the hospitality sector around Mount Kailash have attended trainings on sanitation, hygiene, and communication, which is helping them add value to the tourism experience of millions of visitors and spiritual pilgrims each year. In Pithoragarh, India, the Vanaraji community is involved in efforts to enhance the value chains of kidney beans, off-season vegetables, and products from the Indian butter tree. Over 1,100 households from the Vanaraji community and more than 10 villages are engaged in these activities. In Nepal, in addition to aloe, value chains for soapnut, bamboo, and honey from the Indian butter tree are being promoted with support from the private sector.
In the mountain areas, especially the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, there are many mountain treasures, really unique mountain products that could find their home in many households, both in the region and across the world. But the idea is to get that product from the community into the market. And there's the role of the private sector. So we feel at ICIMOD we'd like to engage private sector more and more to help rural livelihoods, to get those unique mountain products to the market, but also to outscale, to open up new opportunities that ICIMOD itself could not do. And moreover, we're looking at sustainability, because beyond a certain lifespan of a project or beyond ICIMOD's engagement, private sector can be there for the long term and really helping out in a beneficial way the communities and the mountain environments.
So far, value chain related activities have been carried out by partner organizations within the borders of each of the 3 countries sharing the landscape. However, steps are being taken to develop value chains across borders.
Along with aloe, we are trying to incorporate various kinds of products from Kailash region. So we are branding it Kailash so that it will be easier for consumers to differentiate amongst various products available in the market. So this is the reason why we are trying to create an umbrella brand of Kailash and integrate various products of this Kailash region. So hopefully this initiative of Kailash in Darchula can be taken forward to other countries in India or in China. So if they also can adopt this Kailash brand, then we would think the whole umbrella, the vision of this whole landscape would be realized in a long run.
Both from India and Nepal, we've got private sector coming in and saying, yes, we will endorse this brand and we will carry forward this brand. And if we step out, this initiative will continue further.
Through these value chains, the initiative is setting an example of how to promote new livelihood opportunities that also consider the particulars of the local ecology and society, as well as broader markets. It is also working to connect communities and practitioners so that experiences can be shared, and these value chains can be further strengthened and developed at a transboundary scale.
I think this is one of the good initiatives, where 3 partners are working together and for the benefit of local people, environment at large.
Together, these activities are helping to improve the lives and livelihoods of people living in the landscape.
So from there, where there was nothing, in fact, not much of a market, very few people doing, now the whole village really thinks this is an alternative livelihood option for them to carry this forward and make Khar village an aloe village altogether.